Now that the annual tax filing season has begun for the financial year 22-23, there is quite a lot of clarity when it comes to tax filing for individuals. However, when it comes to partnership firms or LLPs or private limited companies or trusts, there are quite a lot of compliances to be taken care of, and this sometimes can lead to confusion. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the annual compliances which are applicable to all the other entities, non-individual entities, so that people can be well prepared for the same. I am Yashwant Nijgal, a chartered accountant in practice. Every week, I post one video which will certainly provide you with valuable financial insights. Let me start off with the most important one, which is a private limited company, because the perception is that that is the most complex one. Now, the annual compliance is multifold. One is the annual income tax filing, and the second one is the annual MCA compliance. When it comes to income tax filing, the due date for submitting the income tax return is 31st of October, and in cases where audit is applicable under Income Tax Act, that is, if the turnover exceeds rupees 1 crore, then a tax audit report has to be submitted within 30th of September. And with respect to MCA compliance, again there are two annual forms which have to be submitted. One is the AOC 4. The due date for the same is 30 days from the date of AGM, and usually the date of annual general meeting, which is also called as AGM, is kept as 30th of September. So the due date for filing AOC 4 would be 30th of October, and in case of MGT 7, which is the second form, the due date would be 60 days from the date of AGM, and it would usually be 29th of November. The second one would be the limited liability partnership or LLP. Similar to companies, we need to file two forms. One is Form 11, which has to be filed within 30th of May, and the second form would be Form 8, and which has to be filed within 30th of October. I have seen many cases where all the companies or LLPs finish off their income tax compliance on priority, but miss out to file the MCA returns, thinking that it might not be a big deal. Just keep in mind that fees for late filing of MCA forms is rupees 100 per day. So missing out on filing these forms on time can result in hefty late fees and penalty. The third and the simpler one would be a partnership firm. The due date of filing of income tax returns for partnership firms depends on whether tax audit is applicable or not. And when is tax audit applicable? It is applicable in cases where the turnover is more than 2 crores for the financial year 22-23, or the partnership firm has not declared the minimum profits prescribed by the presumptive taxation provisions. In cases where tax audit is applicable, the due date would be 30th of September. And in cases where tax audit is not applicable, the due date would be like any other individual, which is 31st of July. The last type of entity that I would be covering in this video are trusts. So trusts again are of two types. One is a private trust and the second one is a public trust. In both the cases where audit is applicable, the due date for filing the returns would be 31st of October, and the date for submission of audit report under the Income Tax Act would be 30th of September. So my take would be that annual compliances does not only mean income tax compliance. So take the MCA compliances seriously and make sure that you hand over all the data required for timely completion of annual compliance to your chartered accountant. No tricks, no hacks. Follow me for valuable financial insights.